All right, it's time. Welcome. Today we're going to be playing with a paraliminal called Finding Yourself. Such a cool paraliminal from several dimensions. First of all, it's one of the longest ones, so it's really gorgeous. Takes you into such a deep and powerful space. Most importantly, it really connects you with your own higher intelligence. Have you heard the idea that it's important that we find our life purpose? When I'm in a program and I've got a bunch of people in the room, I ask for a show of hands. How many feel that you know your life's purpose? And I would say less than a third of the people raise their hand. But many people feel that they would like to know what their life purpose is. Now, if you've already discovered yours, this paraliminal is going to help you live into it even more powerfully. If you haven't discovered your life purpose, this paraliminal is going to help. And this is a key idea behind the idea of finding one's life purpose, is it's not something you just come up with and say, my life purpose is, like it's a goal or an affirmation. It's really something that you discover by observing how your energies flow on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, decadely basis. The idea that what we're doing is we're on a long arc from our birth till our first breath that we breathe till the very last breath that we breathe. And the philosophy that I've always maintained is that who you are is unchanging, and that you're here actually for a reason, that you come from a divine source as a spiritual being here to have the fully human experience and to deliver your gifts, your talents, to support the evolutionary impulse that brought you here. You were brought here by evolution, and you're here to contribute your part to that evolutionary journey of all things. Your role on the planet at this time is very important, and it's very important that you show up big, and it's very important that you show up and deliver the gifts that you're here, that are uniquely yours to bring to this human family of ours. So the technique that we're using to really come to an understanding and to get fully aligned with our life purpose is something I've never done in a paraliminal before. It's called a reverse timeline. So imagine here you are in your present moment, and there you are at your birth experience. There is where your ideal future will be and the conclusion of your life someday. But right now, where you are is an opportunity to come to understand yourself even better when you think about the journey of your adult years that got you here. And then the journey of your childhood years through adolescence that brought you to adulthood. And then your infancy, your prenatal experience that brought you through your birth experience, your infancy, through childhood, through your adult years. So there is a journey that you've been on. And what I'm doing in this paraliminal is I'm guiding you to think about the years that you have lived from now to 21 years old. And in that time, what have you learned? What have you discovered about yourself, about your passions? What's meaningful, what you truly value, how you would choose to spend your days? What's motivating you? What is your why? Why you live the way you do? Is that congruent with who you are and what's next for you? Certainly, as we look at our adult years and how we spend them, we're going to get some clues if you think about it, life leaves clues, little breadcrumbs that we're following back. And then we do the same with our adolescent years up to adulthood. And then what we're doing is going back through our early childhood, our infancy, back into the womb, and back before you came into the developing fetus in the womb. And why are you here? What is your true mission and purpose in this lifetime? It's an absolutely gorgeous contemplation, something that I've led thousands of people through, and the awakening that occurs, the realization of the true meaning and purpose of your life is absolutely right there. Now, once you've found yourself, now on a daily basis, you can say, am I living it? And if not, can I live more coherently and congruently? Think about coherence as the notion of as above, so below. So your divine self here in this human form. And then congruently is all of your values being expressed into the world on an ongoing basis. That's congruence. So coherence and congruence. As above, so below. As within, so without. And as we live in this way, we are actually in an ongoing relationship. We're in an ongoing dialogue with that true divine nature, that true source that brought us here, that higher self that is you. This ability of ours to recognize not only what's significant in terms of our passions, but also what we would stand for, what we would defend most. You could think about this as your heart virtue. It's a way of thinking a colleague of mine came up with, this notion that our true purpose, our true heart virtue is at the intersection of what enrages us most, what we would stand to fight against most, and what it is that we stand for, what it is we most advocate in the world. So one is your rage and one is your joy. One is your rage, one's your passion. And the idea is it's much more powerful if we can live an impassioned life filled with the joy, the peace, the gratefulness, the contentment, that sense of happiness that we get by living coherently and congruently each day. Not by so much what enrages us, but there's clues that rage has left for us to show us what truly matters. We will not allow certain things to occur. These are the things that trigger me most, but they're things that I have to stand for that will truly leave a legacy for my work for all time. And there's a t-shirt that we got during our doctoral program, our cohort got, and it was a phrase that the first president of Antioch College wrote back in the 1850s, Horace Mann, and he said, "Be ashamed to die until you have done some good work for humanity." And this idea is that we are here for a purpose, and we need to live on it. We need to be on it. And when you do, it seems like you're in the flow. It doesn't matter what kind of obstacles or barriers you face. You'll get through them. You know it. There's a relentless knowing, this is what I'm here for. Every once in a while, I've been in a situation that was pretty harrowing, where it was really dangerous. And I would ask myself, is this the day I'm going to die? No, I'm here for much more important things. And all of a sudden, there was this relaxation, this realization that death really doesn't harm us. We are timeless and we're eternal, and we're here in this human form for this limited amount of time to do the work that we have personally selected to contribute in the world. And when you're living that way, we're not victims of the world we see. We realize that this world is a perfect creation and that we're here to make a difference every single day. The concept of finding yourself is a powerful protocol that I will guide you through. The words within it are super inspiring and really heart-opening. I know you're going to absolutely love it. Enjoy it, play with it, let us know what you think about it. Thanks so much for being a part of this. All the best. Hope to see you soon.